Hi, this is Enoch Bartlett Sears, founder of businessofarchitecture.com. Today I'm going to show you the complete architect marketing system, the same system that architect Mona Quinn used to generate a steady flow of clients who appreciate good design and don't haggle over price. Now, this system was developed through our work with dozens of architect clients and hundreds of thousands of marketing dollars spent. So we've done the hard work for you. This is a system that you can copy and paste into your own practice. What we have over here on the left-hand side is where the clients start out. Over here on the right-hand side, this is where we want to get them. So briefly, I wanted to discuss this process and go a little depth into what happens here and what this means. So depending on what kind of architecture firm you run, you have your lead sources over here on the left-hand side. Now these could be referrals, it could be newsletter, it could be through networking, articles that are published in magazines or newspapers, paid ads, LinkedIn, it could be through your job site sign, through booklet offer, or partners. Now, when people come into your practice, they're going to do we're going to put them to one of two processes. If they call you directly and they're ready for a meeting, they're going to go down here into this sequence, which is our pre-meeting process, or they're going to request the monkey's fist, which is something we've talked about in previous training. So when they request that, they'll request the booklet, they get put into your follow-up system, which as one of our advanced architect marketing students, I hope you have implemented. Now, the purpose of these emails is twofold. Number one is to qualify them. So if they're not a qualified prospect, they'll get kicked out of the system, so you're not spending lots of time chasing or talking to people that aren't qualified. And number two, it gets them to request a meeting with you so that they're requesting the meeting, you're not having to call them and hound them. So when they get to this process, if they request the meeting, they come down here to the pre-meeting process. If they don't, they get kicked over here to the circle of love. This is our holding pattern over here. Now, let's go back really quickly to the pre-meeting process. After they've requested the meeting, they go through this series right here. We give them our exclusive "Here's How I Operate" discussion. This is a script that's available as part of the complete architect marketing system. We schedule the meetings, send the pre-meeting questionnaire, send the shock and awe box, which is another element of this process we've talked about in a previous video. You can see that in the video with Mona Quinn, exactly what that is. And then after we've scheduled that meeting, then we're kicked into now we're in the consultation process. And as you can see, what we've done here is we're slowly bringing the clients along, the qualified clients, along this process of turning them from stranger and completely unknown person to trusting us as an advisor. So by the time we get here to this consultation process, there's been a lot of indoctrination happening, and they understand that we've trained them to recognize and respect the value that we bring to their project. So when we get to the consultation process, it's basically a matter of closing the deal and moving in to the project phase, which is whatever kind of project they have. So they become a client. Now, unfortunately, this is where most people stop. But this isn't the end. What we do here is we deliver the remarkable client experience, and we get referrals. So our referrals will either go back and they'll get a booklet, request information about our firm and what we do, or they'll directly request a meeting. So you can see here that this is a self-feeding loop. So it just feeds on itself. As we continue to get more leads, this thing starts to get inertia, and then before you know it, you get the results like Mona Quinn did, where she has a reliable, steady flow of clients who appreciate good design, who don't haggle over price, and she's also been able to triple her revenue in the past year. Think of this process like a giant flywheel. It does take a little bit of inertia to set up, but once you have it set up, it will continue to go of its own inertia, as I mentioned previously. Now, if you've liked this little sneak peek at the complete architect marketing system, I invite you to come on to our free online training that we're having and join us as we go more in depth about how you can install this system in your business and get similar results. To reserve your seat for that training, head over to architectsmarketing.com/training. That's architects with an S, plural, architectsmarketing.com/training. I'll see you there.